Hello, everyone. Welcome to the series of Leadership Talks. Today we have with us Aman. Aman has worked as manager at level 2 on AWS, where he worked on AWS services, S3 Bucket, DynamoDB, Redshift, and all of that. And he also is now working with the AI solutions integrated with robotics, and he's working as a program manager with Amazon. Yeah, that's a wonderful profile that you have, Aman. Thank you so much, first of all, for willing to share your experiences with the wider audience. And Aman, the first question is, a lot of people have doubts basically on what kind of projects and what kind of work happens in the real world, in the practical setting. That is where we see a gap. So we thought we'll connect with the people who are working in the space of data science, AI for long, and try to understand from them on what kind of work happens at their workplace. So, yeah, would you like to throw some light on that, Aman?
Sure, Bernie. First of all, good evening. And thanks a lot for inviting me to a platform to speak on AI. And it's been a great honor to collaborate with you as well. Right. So, coming to the question that you have asked about the practical implications of studying AI. So basically, as you told that I am working with the global operations AI team, which handles the operability and efficiency of the AI integrated robotics, right? And to become familiar with this term, I would take some of the examples. But before that, there are two kinds of FC, right? In Amazon, fulfillment centers, or in layman terms, we can also call it as warehouses. So the one is traditional FCs, or the warehouse in the layman terms, and the other ones are the Amazon robotic FCs, which handle a major volume but outside India region. So there is a process of stowing which is common to both FCs. However, in traditional ones, basically stowing means putting one item from one container to another container, basically building up your inventory storage container. So there is a process of stowing which is common to both FCs, traditional FCs and Amazon robotics FCs. In traditional ones, there are set of associates who first move to the storage container, like inside the inventory, then scan the product, then scan the location or the rack, 4x3 rack, 5x10 rack, in which they are putting the item, right? And however, in Amazon robotic FCs, and here I will tell you how we are integrating it with the robotics. In the robotics FCs, the storage rack itself comes to the associate, right? So I don't have to move to the storage container. The storage container itself moves to me and to the associates, and also associate does not need to scan the storage container. The system automatically scans the container. Right now, the associate or he or she simply scans the product and puts the item inside the container, which I said 5x10 container or 10x5 container, just an example randomly. Now, this is with the help of ML, in which 4 to 5 cameras are installed near to the associate's operating station. Now, what the ML does is it has been trained like, for example, in traditional FCs, I have to scan the product and then I have to scan the rack itself or the storage container itself. Now here I have to simply scan the product, and in whichever row and column I will put that item, the ML will automatically recognize that the storage and records it. So there is no need of scanning the rack location or the storage container location. So for this, there are 4 to 5 cameras which are installed, right? And ML recognizes through the video of the location, because it stores the video of that whole process, and associate puts the product. Through the movement of AI, the ML recognizes in which row and column the product was stored by the person. So basically, it's an automatic detection of the location of the product, which is not prevalent in the traditional FCs. Now here the robots which brought the storage container to the associates, right from the inventory and traveling all those work time to the associate, are called Kiva robots, Kiva robots. And with the introduction of ML, the associate saves the scanning a product also, and this is leading to a very high costing, probably in the hundreds of millions of dollars, because the volume at the ARFs is very huge. And with the introduction of AI, this is only helpful with the introduction of AI, because 4 to 5 years back, this was done manually. Though robots were there, but the scanning was all done manually, and they have to scan the location as well. So from the productivity standpoint, there has been a lot of cost saving which Amazon is saving. So as I told here, what the process was, integration of Kiva robot with AI, which is booming up the e-commerce scale at the overseas as well. And you don't believe that this whole ecosystem of AI plus robotics is so efficient that it almost reaches a 3-digit accuracy, like 99 point something, right? So in falling to this, since it's operations, right, and there are very many day-on-day challenges pertaining to human behavior. So to cater this, for example, I'll tell you about the human behavior. For example, when a particular associate is operating at a station, then he or she may block the camera, right? Or some of the actions or some of the nuances are very new to the system. For example, it's a very small product, right? The very thin product, and associate is capturing in his feast. Now, as the system won't know whether the product was inside the feast or not, right? So to cater these kind of exceptions, these are around 2 to 3% exceptions of the overall volume, but the absolute volume is so high that in Amazon in India, right, it is around 95x of India's volume. It is that kind of high, right? So cater to this day-on-day challenges pertaining to human behavior. The ML, which I told earlier, segregates the jobs. Now, what is a job? The job is scanning the product and putting it inside the storage container. Is called as job. This whole process is called a job. Now the ML, what ML does is, it has a certain logic built, and ML segregates each job into HC and LC, high confidence and low confidence, right? The high confidence jobs give a direct success, and whenever I put a product inside the inventory, then inventory gets updated. For example, for a particular ASIN, for a particular product, if the units earlier to this timeline were 50, then after this success event, it becomes 51, right? But for the low confidence jobs, these go to the manual annotators, which are known as Go AI associates. Now what they do is, they study each and every video which is captured over there, and they try to study from that video whether the product was stored or not stored, whether it was a success or not a success, right? Now how this is important, now system will learn, this is my input, this is what I said, a success or not success. This kind of inputs go to ML, right? So talking about scale, on daily basis, there are around millions of jobs which are annotated by the associates, and there are around 3,000 to 4,000 associates working on daily basis just to increase the accuracy of the ML, right? And this is what the we do for increasing the ML accuracy, and this is what we say is CI/CD deployment. To increase the ML accuracy, you have to cater to the human behavior basis, the seasonality. And I'll tell you about one more reason. For example, associates coming to the fulfillment center are very new, right? So they are very new to the process. So at that time, the ratio of low confidence jobs is very high. So that's kind of improvement we bring into the ML by providing CI/CD development and providing annotations through which system can learn each and every exception.
Wonderful, Aman. These are all superb use cases where you are making use of ML and you are automating a lot of tasks so that it becomes easier for your associates to handle the operations in FCs, fulfillment centers, right? Understand that logic because we off late started doing a project for Amazon, right?
Okay.
In your Bengaluru fulfillment center. I think it's in Tumkur, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. That's one of the largest. So yeah, that project aside, that has a lot of hardware components and all to be dealt with. So this is awesome. Now, the second question, Aman, from my side is, a lot of people, because of this wave of AI, want to get into AI. A lot of working professionals who are working in some other stream want to get into this AI space. A. B, there are a lot of students who are getting graduated, BTech in data science, BTech in AI/ML. They also want to get into AI. A lot of women, etc., who took career break, they also now want to get into this stream. If everyone wants to get into this stream And if they want to say get into Amazon for that case, what are the skills that they have to hone? What kind of knowledge should they possess? What should they actually focus upon during their preparation so that they understand business problem aspect, data collection? Kaggle, etc. doesn't give you the data collection option. They directly give you data as if it is magically, arriving on your computer. And then people who practice on Kaggle kind of competition platforms, they don't know how to deploy the model in production. They don't know who are the stakeholders who will use it. They don't know how to monitor and maintain the model. All these aspects are missing. So what is your take on it, and how should they prepare to get into companies such as Amazon, for example?
Okay. So Bani, there are two answers for this. So firstly, I would like to highlight one point that I have experienced. Generally, we listen to the people saying that AI would take jobs, but I would amend this by saying that AI would not take your jobs. It would take jobs of the humans not having the knowledge of AI, right? It would take their job, but not for the humans who have AI knowledge and use AI in their day-to-day activities, right? And my answer to the second question, that what kind of strategy that the graduates should adopt, or the women who have taken a break in their career. So I would recommend the aspirants not to go with the rush. Firstly, they should understand the field they are working with, or the field they want to work with, right? Work on the problem statement mindset or the problem detection mindset, because this is the most critical thing which is developed, right? And then work on how to quantize the problem, or identify whether it is a problem or not, whether it's just a gist, right? And then how to quantize the problem, and for this you have to dig into the data, learn SQL, right? And study each and every aspect of the data. Basically, before data science expert, you have to be data expert, right? You should know each and every aspect of the data, what kind of problem it's dealing with, how it is getting generated, how it would be impacting. This is the, if you have done this thing, your 40 to 45% of the job is done. And if the field interests you, I would recommend them to deep dive into data science, right? But I would again highlight to the answer to the question that you asked, that business understanding here, because I can see a lot of people just cramming the coding, etc., and all this stuff without having any knowledge of how to make an impact, and it ends for them as well being just a data provider. But I would insist the fellow aspirants to be data leaders, not just the data providers. That's it.
Wonderful, well articulated, Aman. So there you go, friends. Aman has neatly told what are the different use cases that he's solving as part of his engagement with Amazon. And then he has also told us clearly on how working professionals or students or people with some gap can actually hone their skills to get into this field of data science and AI. Hope this helps you all immensely. And I wish you all the best, whoever is watching this. And hopefully Aman's thoughts would sink into you and you will reap some benefits eventually. Yeah. Thank you so much, Aman, once again for providing your time and the beautiful insights. We are really thankful for that. Thank you so much.